Well, good morning. It is Sunday, June the 27th. As of this coming Wednesday at midnight, the year will be half over. Probably a good time to take stock and examine our lives and see if we are where we thought we would be at the beginning of 2021. Well, in some ways, this has been kind of an odd past week for me. A lot of good things have been happening, but then also a lot of really bad things. Not personally, if you will, not physically. I guess, as healthy as I've been in a long time. But mentally, there's been some rough patches. Things have not gone the way they should. Not meaning that the way I wanted them to go, even though that's true, but the way that I thought they should have gone, the godly way, if you will. And I was reminded of a couple of passages of Scripture. The first one was part of what the Apostle Paul wrote to the saints in Ephesus. And here's one of the things that he wrote to them. He wrote to them and said, "Finally, be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the schemes of the devil. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places." Now, I don't pretend to know what all of that means. I don't pretend to understand everything that he wrote. But one of the things that I do understand, not only from that passage of Scripture, but other passages of Scripture, is that the devil is leading these cosmic powers of evil that are in the heavenly places. And he's doing his best. And his army is doing their best to get us not to be what God expects us to be. And sometimes it's difficult to see through all of that and to realize and to remember that in the end everything is going to be okay. And sometimes I have trouble remembering that. But along that line, another passage of Scripture came to mind, and this is a psalm attributed to David, the king of Israel. "How long, O Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long must I take counsel in my soul and have sorrow in my heart all the day? How long shall my enemy be exalted over me? Consider and answer me, O Lord my God. Light up my eyes, lest I sleep the sleep of death, lest my enemy say, I have prevailed over him, lest my foes rejoice, because I am shaken. But I have trusted in your steadfast love. My heart shall rejoice in your salvation. I will sing to the Lord, because he has dealt bountifully with me." Now, I don't know the circumstances under which David wrote that psalm. I don't know if he was talking about a period in his life where he was physically being hunted by his enemies and they were trying to kill him, as happened on numerous occasions in his life, or if he is writing about a time in his life when those cosmic powers of evil were after him. And it may have seemed to him like they were prevailing, that God wasn't with him. And so he cries out, how long, O Lord, will you forget me forever? And there are going to be times in our life when it certainly feels like the devil has the upper hand. And that no matter how hard we try to think godly thoughts and to do godly things and to rejoice in the love and in the mercy and the grace of God, that, excuse me, we're just not able to. And it may appear to us at times that the devil is going to win. But as David closes that psalm, we have to do the same thing. I have trusted in your steadfast love. I know that while it may appear you're gone and you have deserted me and that you have forgotten about me, I know you haven't. And I take heart in that. And I think we should all take heart in that. So no matter how dark it may seem, and no matter how bleak the future may seem, or the present may seem, and it may seem like the devil has won or is about to win, let's take heart because we know he's not going to win. The battle has already been fought. The victory has been won. Satan has been defeated. And so let's go out with courage and with the confidence that the battle is won, and that while it may appear that God has forgotten us, he hasn't. And rely on his steadfast love. Well, I hope you have a great week.